In the heart of a vast jungle, there lived an elephant who almost never spoke. The other animals found it strange. They laughed at him. They ignored him. Some even believed he was weak. But what none of them understood was that the elephant wasn't silent because he had nothing to say. He was silent because he was waiting. And the day he finally spoke, the entire jungle changed forever. In a quiet corner of the jungle lived a giant elephant. He was stronger than almost every animal around him, yet he never used his strength to dominate others. While the lions roared to prove their power and the monkeys shouted to grab attention, the elephant simply walked slowly through the forest, watching, listening, learning. Years passed, and the jungle animals started mocking him. "Look at him," the monkeys laughed. "He's big, but useless." The wolves called him slow. Even the young lions believed the elephant was too afraid to lead. But the elephant never argued. He simply kept observing the jungle, day after day. What the animals didn't realize was that the elephant noticed everything. He saw how the lions fought for power. He saw how the monkeys created chaos. He saw how fear ruled the jungle more than wisdom. And most importantly, he saw something dangerous coming, a terrible drought. The rivers were slowly shrinking, the grass was beginning to disappear. But the animals were too busy competing with each other to notice. The elephant said nothing. Not yet. He kept waiting. Months passed, and slowly, the jungle began to change. At first, the signs were so small that almost no one noticed them. The great river that once rushed loudly through the forest started to move more quietly, as if it was growing tired. The cool mud along its banks began to dry and crack beneath the burning sun. The tall trees that once stood proud and green started losing their deep color. Leaves fell earlier than they should, and the wind that once carried the fresh scent of water now carried something else: dust. But the jungle was too busy to notice. The lions were still fighting over territory. The wolves were still arguing about leadership. The monkeys were still shouting from tree to tree, laughing and causing chaos. Everyone wanted to prove they were stronger, smarter, louder than the others. No one was paying attention to the forest itself. Until one morning, the river disappeared. Where flowing water once existed, there was nothing left but dry stones and cracked earth. Panic spread across the jungle like wildfire. The deer began running desperately through the forest, searching for water. The wolves started fighting each other over tiny muddy puddles. Even the mighty lions, once proud and fearless, wandered through the forest with burning thirst in their throats. The jungle had never felt so desperate. The air was filled with fear. Animals shouting, animals blaming one another, animals fighting for survival. Every creature believed someone else was responsible. Every creature believed someone else should fix the problem. But no one had a solution. And in the middle of all that chaos, the elephant stood quietly beneath an old tree, watching, listening, just like he had done for 10 long years. Because while the jungle had spent its time arguing, competing, and fighting, the elephant had spent those same years doing something very different. He had been thinking, observing, preparing. And deep inside, he knew something the others did not. The moment the elephant spoke. One evening, when the sun was setting and the jungle was at its most desperate moment, the elephant slowly walked toward the center of the forest. The ground trembled beneath his heavy steps. One by one, the animals turned to look at him. The monkeys stopped shouting. The wolves stopped fighting. Even the lions watched in silence. For 10 years, the elephant had said almost nothing, and now he was walking to them. Some animals laughed. "Now the silent giant wants to talk," the monkeys whispered. But the elephant did not react. He simply stood in the center of the jungle, And for the first time in 10 years, he spoke. His voice was calm, deep, and steady. Years ago, during one of his long journeys beyond the forest, he had discovered something no one else knew about. Far beyond the mountains, hidden behind a valley of stone, there was a place where water still flowed, an underground river, a place where the drought could never reach. But reaching it would not be easy. The journey was long, dangerous, and impossible for one animal alone. The jungle had a choice. They could continue fighting each other, or they could walk together and follow the elephant.
Slowly, something began to change in the jungle. The animals looked at one another. For years, they had fought for power, pride, and control. But now, none of those things mattered. What mattered was survival. And for the first time in a long time, the jungle stopped arguing. The lions walked beside the wolves, the monkeys followed quietly through the trees, the deer moved carefully through the grass, and at the front of them all walked the elephant. For days they traveled across rough land and dry valleys. Some animals grew tired, some wanted to give up, but the elephant kept walking, step by step, slowly, patiently, until finally they reached the hidden valley. And there it was, water, clear, flowing water that shimmered under the sunlight. Life returned to the jungle that day, not because of the strongest animal, not because of the loudest one, but because of the one who had the patience to observe, think, and prepare. In life, the world often rewards the loudest voices, the fastest people, the ones who shout the most. But the truth is something very different. Sometimes the quietest person in the room is the one who understands the most. Sometimes silence is not weakness. Sometimes silence is wisdom waiting for the right moment. So if this story made you think, if it reminded you that patience and understanding are greater than noise and pride, then make sure you subscribe to the channel and join us for more powerful stories like this. Because sometimes the simplest stories carry the deepest truths, and the next one might change the way you see the world.